welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum, Thrive in 2025, and we are episode 10. Woo!
Woo!
Of course, I'm not doing anything special for episode 10, but we have made it to 10 episodes of Saturday Morning Momentum, which is kind of incredible to me, honestly, that we're still here early on a Saturday morning trying to get stuff done. So welcome to not only my guests, Liz, Jen, and Lee, but also to our Saturday Morning Momentum community. For anyone who is new and wants to check out what Saturday Morning Momentum is all about, and for anyone who happens to be watching on replay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know what you're getting up to. So hello, ladies.
Hello.
How was your week this week, Liz?
Very busy. I did not get anything really done. I am starting like a digital detox. So I did get my phone cleaned out and I got 4 of my 5 Google Drives cleaned out. So that was good, but it's my busy time at work this week and next week. So
yeah, the gold stars for the digital cleanup. I love that. I need to do that. I wish I could hire someone to do it for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I make a dent, it within like days, it's like back to the way it was, if not worse. So I don't know. I can't keep up. How about you, Jen? How's your week this week?
It's been okay. I did get my abstract submitted, so that's done now. Now I'm still waiting, compulsively checking my emails, but trying to remind myself that the abstracts weren't, you didn't have to have them in until May 18th. So it may be a little after that before we hear back because they got to look at everybody's. So that was my main accomplishment this past week. And then we were talking before we went on live. I found out from my lab results from my doctor this week that my sodium level is way too low. So I've had to cut my water intake by half and take salt tablets 3 times a day. So I'm feeling a little off because of that. Low sodium, a little extra tired, kind of muscle aches, fatigue, a little not feeling all there. Mm-hmm. Even worse than usual when I don't feel all there. But so other than that, and doing zombie-thon stuff, which is fun. So that's been my week this week.
Very good. How about you, Lee? How's this week going for you?
I have a few physical issues, a little bit of a shoulder and back issue. So I didn't hit my goals. I was supposed to do 10 miles of walking. I did 2.61, 2 Pilates classes instead of 3. And my hour of spring cleaning really was bringing up a suitcase and brought up a suitcase. That's it. So you didn't get further.
Hey, at least you did something. Something is better than nothing. So I think you still need to give yourself a gold star because you're at least attempting it. And, same with Jen. I mean, when you're having something physical going on, you can't always, you're not going to want to push through something physical if you cannot. I mean, because then you're going to make it worse than you need to. And sometimes, and I need to take this advice for myself. Sometimes it's for you to pause and rest, even though you feel like you can't do that. I understand that.
Especially as women, we don't think we should do that.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. It's harder for women to just kick back and relax. I always kind of feel guilty. Why am I sitting here doing absolutely nothing? But you're not, technically you are doing something. Yeah. You're recharging. So I think I need to reframe that. It's not that I'm being lazy by just sitting here and reading my book or watching an episode of television, even if I just want to sit there in silence. I'm recharging.
That's a way to look at it.
Well, I did not film a zombie-thon, TBR, TBW, and I'm abandoning it because I just didn't feel like it. I just had no motivation to do it. Like I didn't want to do it. And I apologize to anyone out there that is like, oh, I wonder what she's doing, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm telling you, I just didn't want to do it. I'm just tired. I think I'm burnt out. I'm just burnt out. Not necessarily with YouTube, just burnt out just in general. As far as my appointment, I did go on Thursday, and we just had a consultation, like, evaluating what's going on. The good news is I have OT appointments scheduled. The bad news is she thinks because I waited so long to get my hands checked out that physical therapy, well, OT or occupational therapy, is not going to solve the issue. So I'm not going to be pessimistic about it, though. I do have 6 weeks worth of therapy on the books. Doesn't mean I'm going to do all 6 weeks. She'll see how far she can go, and we'll go from there. But I have to report at 8 o'clock on Monday, and we'll begin. Now, she did give me these gloves that she wants me to wear under my braces. I can't really decide. I've only worn them twice, but I can't really decide if they make my hands feel worse or better. It's like, I don't know. And then also, too, I feel them. And so I feel like that wakes me up. Also, Bailey's been giving me trouble with waking up, like going to bed at night and waking us up. Like this morning, I was up at 4:30 with her. So I don't know what's going on with her. I think weather has had a lot to do with it, and her sleeping more because we've had to sedate her, so she's not freaking out. So I think that might be a part of it. But then I look at her sweet face and I'm like, I mean, like, it is what it is. Suck it up, Buttercup. How about you?
Just want you to start your day early. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But like, even I've tried to go to bed a little bit earlier, and she doesn't sleep in the bedroom with us, which I feel kind of bad about that. But she wants to sleep in the bed with us, and we just can't. And so she sleeps in the living room. I'll put her to bed or whatever, but then she comes to the door and she'll start with the and then it gets a little bit more, and then it's the chuff, and then it's a full-on bark, and then Luna's freaking out, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go in the chair and sit there with her for a little bit. So I go in there about a half an hour. She falls asleep. I go to bed, but then who knows what time she's gonna wake me up? I don't know. So I don't know. We got to
It's
get
like having a newborn.
Yeah.
Yes, it is pretty much like that. But I'm hoping with me not having school anymore, that maybe we'll get into a better routine. I'll give myself a better bedtime, and we'll work it all out. Who knows? Fun stuff. That's all I can say. That's been my stumbling block this week, is just dealing with that. And I'm tired. I'm just tired in general. So Swank says, howdy, everybody. Happy Mother Ocean Day. Ooh, never heard of that. Happy Shrimp Day and happy Small Business Day. Ooh. I like that. Good morning, Heidi. Good morning, Em. How are you feeling, Em? Em's been feeling under the weather herself. Jen says, good morning. I have a few things to do today. I think I'll start with straightening up, laundry, and work on editing. Yes. Y'all can start putting what your intentions are for Power Hour in here while we're talking. I just lost where I was at. Greetings. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you, Tina. Good morning, my fave peeps. Glad I've been awake for these. Going to see Clown in the Cornfield today with my best friend and have dinner.
Fun. I'm jealous.
I know, me too.
Yeah, everybody is excited about it. A girl that I have taken improv with, I know her through the improv community. She is at some kind of conference that Dee Wallace and Adam Caesar is at.
Oh, wow.
And she took a picture with both of them. And I'm like, I cannot believe you met Dee Wallace. How awesome is that?
I know.
And then I think that would be amazing. Kelsey would love that. I think Kelsey might have met Dee Wallace, if I'm not mistaken, years ago, but she is a fave of ours. And then, of course, Adam was there with his books and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is.
Good morning, Alexis. Happy to join again. Haven't been able to join since episode 1. Well, welcome back. We love having you here. And morning, Esther Jane. We have sunshine, so my project will be to finally rake the dirt that got ripped up from plowing.
Oh.
Sounds good. Yeah, weather, I'm sure y'all have experienced some bad weather as well, but the rain, it's like we've had terrible rain, and then we had a beautiful day on, what day was that? Thursday was beautiful. And then yesterday, rain all day long, all night. It was miserable. And it's hard when you have dogs because they're cooped up all day, and then all they want to do is go out and play and get some fresh air. And you literally are taking them out just to go to the bathroom. And then you bring them back in and then rubbing them down with a towel. And it's like, of course, I'll love that. They're just like, oh, thank you. I love it. So funny. And good morning, Froggy. Got home from the beach last night. I'll be reading a bit more Boys Life this morning. Excellent choice.
Beach trip.
Yeah, the beach sounds wonderful. I love to go to the beach. And good morning, Jamie. I'm going to behave this morning, by the way. I hope so. I hate to put you in timeout, Travis.
We are different people on Saturday morning momentum than we are on sprints.
We're very serious.
The zombie-thon sprints we did last night, we got quite unhinged. So this morning it's the professional. Hello, this is what parents do.
We have to be professional and we have to be grown-ups. We have to be mature.
Exactly.
Sometimes pushing through makes it worse. 100%.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
100%. And I get to the point that I get really kind of weepy if I am like overly tired or I push myself through. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen broadcast news. That's the best way I can explain how I get, is when Holly Hunter is having a meltdown because she just can't take it, and like she cries it out and then she's fine. That's me. That is definitely me. I'll have my pity party and then I move on. Yes, Kat, I feel the same way, guilty if not working on my to-do list. Yeah.
Therapy's helped me with that whole idea of self-care. And I don't know if this will help anybody else, but in my past therapy appointment, my therapist gave me this very good advice that was good for me. Maybe it'll be good for you. But I tend to catastrophize, and then one little thing happens and I have this huge emotion. So she said, ask yourself this question: does my emotion match the current situation? And that's so simple, but it was so profound at the same time. So I've been asking myself this week, when, you know, my frother, which is like my favorite thing to go with my coffee, it is not working right. And I was like, this is the worst thing. My life is horrible. And I had to be like, does my emotion match the current situation? No, I have a warranty on the frother. I can just take care of it. But it's just like you said, Kat, all the other stuff going on, and then that one thing, and you just break down.
Yes. Yeah. So relatable. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and sometimes it could just be something that someone says or someone does something, or you see something and it reminds you and you're just like, you become unglued. It's like, what is wrong with me? I used to call it creature feature with my kids. Literally, I think it's called
Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents or something. Isn't there a sister that gets real big? Maybe that's the wrong show.
It's the wrong show, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's one of those shows.
On the Animaniac.
Andrew's like, you're just like that girl in that thing. And I'm like,
The Babysitter, maybe.
Whoever it is, whatever show it is. And
Katie Kapow, is that her name?
I would just get so like, because it would like, not necessarily it was because of them. It was just something that happened with them. Yeah. It would be creature feature. And when you're the only female in the house, and literally I would be like, and they'd all scatter and you would not see them. And then I would go away and my husband would be like, okay, let's they would rally together. Let's do this. Let's do that. It's like, that's not what's wrong. It's just everything else.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had creature feature a lot in our house. Mainly when it was just too much with work. I think partly that was the problem, is always being burnt out from work. So don't apologize. Well, I won't apologize, Travis. I take that apology back. If you don't want to do it, then don't push it. Yeah, that's what I have to tell myself. Burnout is rough. I'm convinced I got sick because my body was like, enough is enough. Woman,
Yep.
I'm much better today.
Good.
Very good. I'll be working on reading tracker app, planner updates. Awesome. My power hour will consist of dishes, guinea pig care, and hopefully some reading. I miss our little guinea pigs. I used to make my guinea pigs a carrot and kale salad every day. It was so cute when they would eat it. They loved it. We have had rain for just about a week.
Yeah.
Same.
I am a student today, still a baby though. Wow. I have a lot of errands to run today. So far, Power Hour will be placing some online orders and getting my to-do list together. Awesome. And good morning, Alicia. Just waking up, so getting coffee and breakfast pizza. Sounds
That sounds
yummy.
very good.
I'm the same way, Jen. Thank you for this. I need to put myself in check often. And so relatable. Thank you for sharing, Jen. I struggle with this too. And I feel seen. It's a great morning already. Good morning, Matt. Welcome. I think this is Matt's first time at Saturday Morning Momentum.
Yeah, he's going to get the different side of us.
Yeah. I love the reference creature feature. Yes, that's what we were. What I was. None of my kids, neither one of my kids or my husband's very calm. Like it takes a lot, something very cataclysmic happening for him to show anger, he's just one of these people, like it's going to be okay. Like he's the same one. So like if he gets upset about something, then it's like, okay, we really have to worry now because he's very upset about it. I pride myself on being a problem solver, but sometimes I think he's like the king of it because I'm just, I'll be crumbling over something so silly. And he's like, well, just like, let's take a look at it.
Calmly.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, well, I don't want you to be so nice. Travis. Like, I like to have my moments. I need to like cleanse myself.
Yes.
I am professional silly butt cheek this morning. Yes. Always a silly butt cheek. I'll be working on my planner and journal during Power Hour. Nice. I'm going to be posting my assignment once done on Discord so y'all can look at it and give me feedback because I have to make an infographic to share with kids and their parents, and I don't have kids. Okay. I would just recommend not putting anything silly butt cheekish on there. No. Mine is the same way. And what do you think about sometimes having Power Hour and a half?
There you go.
Maybe something in the future, possibly. So I need advice. Well, please put it in. We'll get feedback for sure. And I think I'll be working on budget and planner updates this morning before I get ready to go see the Thunderbolts with my friend. Fun. We got people spending time at the movies today. I like that. So Liz, what is your Power Hour going to be looking like?
Well, the good part of it is going to be my friend hooks me up with a podcast where they talk about different authors and about their creative process. So I want to listen to the one on Gore Vidal. And then I have to send, the bad part is I have to send an email that I have been putting off for literally 3 weeks. It cannot be put off anymore. I've literally woke up with hives thinking about this morning. So we're going to do it. And we're going to get that.
Good.
Yeah.
And we can hold you accountable for it.
Yeah.
Because you put it out there. How about you, Jen? What's on your agenda?
I am going to work on creating actual channels in my Discord server that I just launched, because I don't have enough on my plate right now. But
I know how you feel.
But
I was thinking that, Jen. I was like, why is she doing this? She has so much going on.
I did it because, I'm doing a June book club for Picnic at Hanging Rock. And when I did the House of Leaves book club last November, people kept asking me if I have a Discord to talk about it. And I said, no, but Christine from Secrets Read and Cliff from Cliff's Dark Gems, they have their Fright Club book club Discord. So they gave me a spot. They said, we'll put you on our Discord and give you a spot. But I feel like if I want to do some book clubs and some other things, I need to do this. But mine's going to be very simple. won't have as many channels as other people because I just can't. I can barely handle the overwhelm of being on other people's Discord.
Yeah,
So,
you need to tailor it to be what you want it to be.
Yeah.
But I understand how you feel, because I decided at the last minute to do a zombie-thon Discord, not realizing that it was going to blow up as much as it did. But my Discord has just gotten so full with different things. Like Liz and I even talked about having a Discord just for Saturday Morning Momentum, just so that we could have that space. Because most people know how to use Discord, but some people not so much, and so if they get lost sometimes of where to put things or where to find things. And I get it, and the more you have, the more it gets on there. And so I debated, should I do one, should I not? I put it out there to Kelsey and my zombie squad peeps. I was like, what do you think about a separate Discord just for Zombie-thon? Because it seems like it's bigger than my other events that I have, and everybody seemed positive about it, but it's hard when you make the decision like literally weeks before your event's going to start. So mine is a work in progress. And I have to say, the one awesome thing about our community is that you don't have anyone that's judging you for not delivering. And I've had people step up, like, if somebody posted just recently about bookmarks for Zombie-thon that they created, and they put that in the coloring, thank you for doing that. I'm glad that you're willing to share it, because, I can't do it all. I just can't. So, I think just do the best you can with it, Jen. Add on as you go, because you already have some great people in that Discord following you and are going to give you support for it.
And honestly, Jen, as somebody who uses Discord against my better judgment, I like less channels. It's way overwhelming to me, and I try to keep up with things, and so I just usually do nothing in them because they're so frenetic. So don't feel like you have to have 100 channels. Please don't do 100 channels.
No, it's going to be very simple.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. And I'm still trying to figure out how to create the categories and put the right things in places, but it's not going to be very many because I just can't.
No, and that's what works for you. It's going to work for everybody else. It really is.
Sure.
How about you, Lee? What do you have on the agenda?
I have a novella that's 55 pages. I'm going to try to get as much done as I can in this hour.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. I am going to do my schedule for the week. I pulled out my little schedule I used to use. I am rereading the chapter in Tranquility by Tuesday. It is one of her rules, is to plan on Fridays. So I know it's not Friday, but anyway, that's when she likes for you to plan. Liz knows about this book because we did a project together on it. But I want to reread this chapter and get my week kind of organized, and then make a to-do list, because I'm out of school and I need to start thinking about what I have to get to this week, specifically with things that are going to be happening in my life soon. So anyway, that's where I am at. So let's see. Travis was saying, dang, I was going to use cartoon butts in my graphic. It is my first time waking up with you guys. Will it hurt? Is it too early for those jokes? No. A famous fantasy character states, once you got a task to do, it's better to do it than live with the fear of it. I think about that when I dread something. I like that. And yes, Jen, what is on your agenda? You ladies are amazing. I still don't understand Discord. I just bounce around from channel to channel.
Understand.
That's fine too. I thought the same thing, Travis. And yeah, you can condense and mute channels on Discord, and when I go in there, they're not overwhelming. Yeah. If they're channels that you're not using specifically, I mean, that's what you do. I check out every once in a while. I'll go in and check others' Discords, but it can be a lot. That's all I can say. It can be a lot. Okay, so we have our timer set, for an hour. Let's share our screen. Okay, there we go. Well, I do need to start the kitty cat. There we go. So happy Power Hour, everyone. I hope everybody gets everything done that they want to. Welcome back. Liz had to hop off. She had an appointment today, so she had to hop off. But she did tell me when she texted me that she sent the email. So she gets a gold star. So how did you do, Lee? How did you do during that time? Did you get the reading accomplished?
I got the book done, dishes
Woo!
done, and 5% done in another book.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yes. I love when that happens. Like you set your goal, but then you end up with some time.
Yes.
I think if you really focus sometimes, you gain time. Don't you think?
Right? Yeah, I was just like, somebody texted me. I was like, not now at 11 o'clock. Like, we're not doing this right now.
Yeah, I need to be better about that. But sometimes when I know that I'm getting a text because we have something to do and I have to answer, that's a little bit different. But if I see that somebody, I'll just send a message saying I'm busy. I'll contact you when XYZ, because otherwise you go down a rabbit hole.
Just think about it, though. Back in the day when we didn't have a phone with us at all times, if you weren't home, you weren't home. That was
Right.
it. You didn't have to make an excuse or, anything. It was just like, I'm living my life. That's it.
I know. It's kind of sad in a way that it's become the norm that people are so accessible to you. Not that you don't want to be, but at the same time, it's like you need to have that time, because I find every time the phone goes off or whatever, you're distracted, then you have to try to rein yourself back in.
Yes.
And we're so trained for these dings and buzzes and noises that that immediately takes us out of what we're doing.
Yes.
Exactly. 100%. How about you, Jen? What were you successful?
I was. I do want to say one thing about what y'all were just talking about. There's something else that I've learned in therapy. I'm just giving y'all some free therapy today.
Well, we appreciate it.
Is that someone else's urgency is not my emergency.
So true.
And that
I think it's a saying something like this: your crisis is not my emergency. I think that's what somebody had said that to me at school one time. Basically, you're having a crisis, but that's not my emergency.
Right.
If it doesn't have anything to do with me. But that's the premise of it.
Exactly.
And it might sound cold, but you care about like your family members, but at the same time, some of this stuff is just.
It's not an emergency.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I read a book by Catherine Price called How to Break Up with Your Phone. And the whole premise is trying not to be accessible, and also not using time to just sit there and scroll mindlessly when you were supposed to. She got this because she had just had a baby. And instead of her really being up at night with her baby and enjoying her baby, she was scrolling through her phone, looking at ways to decorate her house or something, whatever it was. And it just dawned on her, she's got this precious little baby.
Yeah. And
she could just spend that time gazing into her baby's face, basically, because as we know, babies that little newborn stage does not last long enough, which is one of my favorite stages of a baby. But, and so I did it. I did the whole thing for a month, and I was so amazed with how much more focus I had, because I wasn't constantly, I'd put the phone somewhere else.
Yep.
And I would check periodically just to make sure, because the problem, also the trap that I fell into, is we don't have a landline anymore. Yeah. So my cell phone is my home phone. And when you have elderly parents, it's like you can't have it totally off. But what I did do was I told all my family members, I said, if you have to get in touch with me, if it's an emergency, you need to call.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to be paying attention to my phone full time or whatever. So I figured it was on. I could hear it ring and then be done with it. But I did feel like I did before, where you could kind of really have true focus time, where you're not being interrupted, because every time you hear the buzz, you naturally want to pick it up and see what it's about, But yeah. So as far as me, I did fill in everything I have to do for next week. I kind of color coded it, makes it a little more fun. I listed my intentions at the top for the week, and then, put walk every day so I can look at it. I didn't put a time because I have no idea what time I will go walk, because I think that's one of my stumbling blocks is I feel like if I can't do it at this certain time, then it's not worth doing, which is kind of dumb. It's like I would love to be able to walk every morning at this X amount of time, but that's just not realistic, especially when 2 days out of the week I'm going to have OT at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I need to get out of that mindset. Maybe my walk is at noon on a day instead of at 7 or something like that. I don't know. I have to be better about that. And I think that's where kind of scheduling it will come in. But I do have blocks open in case I have to move anything around. So everything that's on my list right now is just commitments, like on my schedule that I have to do. So that's what I did. And I'm trying to think if I did anything else. Oh, and I started creating my to-do list of things that I need to accomplish. So one of the things she says in the book is trying to limit your to-do list to like 5 items. So I think what I'm going to do is try to make a master list. I used to do this when I taught school, make a master list of everything I need to do and put like a deadline, and then break that up into my 5 every day. So like Lee, if I finish, I can always go back, or if I choose to go read or something like that, I can do that as well. I'm not like, because I also find like if you constantly trying to hammer away, then you're like, okay, I don't feel like I have any time to myself.
True.
Okay, so let's see how everybody else did. We had some people come in and just boot the like button. Hello, Christine, before they were going to work. Chris Wildfire and Carmen. It's early, so she was going to start focusing with coffee, which is understandable. All of our West Coast friends. I do appreciate that. And wow, that hour went fast. I made coffee, did 1 load of laundry, and cleaned up the kitchen. That's awesome.
That's a lot.
And seeing you reminds me, Andrew just sent me a reel. He and I are going to spend the day together today for Mother's Day, but he sent me this reel about a hotel in New York City called the Library Hotel. And it looks amazing. It's in mid-Manhattan, like Midtown Manhattan. I said, so when are we going to go? Because Andrew and I went to New York City for the first time together like years ago, and we had such a blast, but it was such a short trip that I'm like, I really need to go and spend some more time. But how amazing if it's like library oriented.
Yes.
And that went fast. I finished my assignment and posted it in Discord to get thoughts. Glad to have done that. Then I can enjoy the rest of my weekend. That is one of the things I love about Power Hour, and I love about this community. And I've said it before. It kind of sets the stage for us to get stuff done because you're in a group. You're not by yourself. You don't feel alone having to do this. And when you come back, you feel satisfied sharing that you did something, with everybody. So it might be that you might not have done it at that moment without having people with you. That's how I kind of feel about it. So I do appreciate hearing that people are getting things accomplished. That makes me happy. And it does look great. So Matt checked it out. I will check it out as well. Jamie fed the cats, took a shower, placed her orders, and have a plan for running errands after my haircut. Do you write a list of your errands, Jamie? I do. I make a list and I try to do my errands in a circle. So that way I'm like, hit everything and go around and then get home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody else does that. It's like a game. I got 34% in my self-help book. Excellent. I ate a bowl of oatmeal, watched a video on vampires and movies, and enjoying my coffee. I love that.
Share that video on your channel somewhere, Matt. I want to watch that. Anything with vampires, please.
Yeah, show that. Yeah, or you can put it in Discord if you want to. Mm-hmm. I updated my journal and set up my planner for the week. Excellent. I updated my reading tracker, Goodreads, Storygraph, wrote 4 reviews, excellent,
Wow.
ate breakfast, did the dishes, and halfway through updating my reading journal. Wow. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Your poor planning is not my issue. Oh, whoa. I love that. I
Thank
love
you.
that. So true. Yeah. When they want you to dig them out of the hole that they got themselves into. And yes, we're Pavlov dogs with our phones.
Yes.
Yeah, we're addicted. And they were designed that way, sadly. They were. I mean, she talks about that. She's some kind of a sociology scientist or something like that. Catherine Price. I'll have to share that book with y'all. Had breakfast and read the flood. The flood chapter of Boy's Life. At first, I'm like, flood chapter. Yes, that was a very, very tense chapter. Very tense. That's basically my view on a person's life. Do what you want to do. Be in control of your own life. Your life is not affecting mine at all. Just be a kind person to yourself and those around you. Bless you, Lee.
Thank you.
And I decided to move the guinea pig habitat, so I'm still going. Yay. I think guinea pigs are precious. Precious. And what? I need to look this up. Yes, Mid-Manhattan. I'll send you the reel that Andrew sent me. I'll send you that reel that he sent me because I was like, what? We stayed at a nice hotel. I wish I could remember the name of it. I don't know why I can't. I want to call it the Blake, but it's not the Blake. The Blake is in New Orleans. But I did so much research on our hotel, and it was probably not the cheapest hotel we could have gotten. And we were there for like on a weekend, practically like a Thursday to a Sunday. But I didn't care because it was our first trip going. So it was like, I want to be safe. That was my thing. I just wanted to be in a safe, clean place. And I loved where we were at because we could walk everywhere. That was my other goal. I need something that I can walk to every place that we were going to see.
Yes.
I wanted to be a walking tourist. We had so much fun. I got the budget stuff done and ate my breakfast pizza. Yum. And I do the same thing, Kat, or I do the one furthest from home and work my way back. Yeah, that's a good idea. That really is. I have to have a strategy with it because I don't really enjoy running errands, especially if I have to go by myself. Like I'll try to see, like, can you come with me? Because I don't want to be doing it because I just don't like to do it. So I have to really psych myself up, to go do errands. Thank you so much for the productivity. So helpful. I miss this. Hope you all have a great day. Same to you, Alexis. I hope your day goes well too. Let us know we're now in the part where we want to know what the intentions are for the upcoming week, if you have any clues. So Lee, what are your intentions for, go ahead, Lee, you say it and then we'll go back to comments.
I'm going to visit with my friend Vicky on Friday.
Ooh.
I am going to call my doctor to set up my next appointment, do my blood work and all that stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to get off at least one medication and go for one walk. I'm not going to give myself a time or mile since I'm not feeling that great. Just to even go around the block once, I'll count that. So
yes, I love that. I love that. Okay, Jen, how about you?
I got some Discord channels in there during the power hour, sort of figuring my way out. So my plans this week are to finish getting the Discord channels set up and go all out on my zombie-thon stuff. That's
cool.
I've got a few, classes finishing up teaching, and I'll be completely finished with teaching May 22nd. But I've just got a few, classes left to teach. And that's really all I'm going to do. I'm not going to push myself for anything else. Discord, Zombie-thon, teach. That's it.
Okay. And you are off for the entire summer, correct?
I am. I still have a couple of self-paced classes that students can take, but that doesn't require me to be live on camera because they're watching pre-recorded videos and then they can turn in their work online and then I respond to them online. So I won't be actively live class teaching during summer.
Oh, perfect, perfect. And I know for a fact that Jen has Zombiethon Sprint scheduled for Friday the 16th. If anybody's looking for that. Lee, are you going to be online Monday night with the Monday crew?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Do you know if it's going to be on Stormy or Sarah's channel?
We're on Storm's, Sarah's this week.
Sarah's this week. Okay. Yeah. So if y'all want to catch Lee, she's on those sprints on Monday evening. Of course, I will have Wednesday sprints, but I'm planning on scheduling. That's the one thing when I looked at my calendar, I'm going to do Zombiethon sprints on Monday from like noon to 4. So, because I like to attend those 6 o'clock sprints on Monday night. Okay, so for me, my intentions are I am time tracking this upcoming week. I want to see where my 168 hours are going, and this will be a good week because it'll be my first full week of not being in school, and I can see like with these appointments and things that I have to do, see how that goes. I am going to try to walk daily. I'd like to get my 30 minutes in, but like Lee, if I get around the block, I get around the block. I'd like to do it outside, but it's going to be weather permitting. If not, I'm just going to force myself to get on that treadmill and just get it done. I also need to book my hotel room for my scrapbooking convention. I've been dragging my feet on that. So I have to get that done this week. And then I need to remove all of the books that are in my scrapbook room. I'm not saying I'm going to declutter the whole room. I'm just moving all the books out of there and putting them either on a shelf or somewhere else. This organizing my library is just this massive undertaking. You know, I'm trying to do this by alphabetical order, and you know, you get all your books aligned, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh, there's a letter B book. Now I got to shift everything, and it's not going to look great. So I just got to get over that and just realize that it's going to be a work in progress. It's probably going to take me all year. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. But if I can get those books out the scrapbook room, I'll feel like I'm accomplished. So that's what I have on my agenda for the week. So let's see. Alexa says her intention for the week is to join Wednesday reading sprints. Yay. I want to find the new Discord channel mentioned earlier. Also to silence my text instead of on loud. Yeah, that would be wonderful if you can do it for sure. Jamie's letting Travis know that his infographic looks great. And so thank you. I really like how it turned out. Gas is too expensive to not have a plan. That is true. That is true. And I think in California, your gas prices are a lot more expensive than here in Louisiana. I can tell you that. My intentions are to continue to stay on top of school, ignore my boss, get a scan scheduled for my ear, and as always, try to enjoy life and take it day by day. Yeah, life is too short not to try to enjoy life. Like the things that bring you joy, if you can put more of that in it, for sure. And try not to stress about the small stuff if we can. My intentions for this week, kids still in school, ABC countdown to school summer is letters K through O. So that and decluttering and cleaning up the library. Okay, that's a lot. I leave for Iowa on Tuesday for my youngest son's college graduation. Between now and then, my intentions are to get packing done, make some cards, and clean my apartment. That's a lot too. And you got travel on top of it. Hey, Crystal, I'm just popping in to say, hey, just got home. I was up and out early taking care of errands this morning, oil change, and other things I've been procrastinating on. Good for you, gold star. And I know that feeling all too well with organizing books. It's just a lot. And I know part of me, I know when I go see my dad the next time I'm going to be bringing more books home. And so that's like trying to decide, what do I do with all these books? Because I'm not keeping them all. Right now, my intention is to just survive. And you know, Jen, I know that feeling all too well. Yeah. You've got a lot going on. And Jen's going to be taking her test for library June 12th, y'all. So Need to send her a lot of vibes, positive vibes for that.
Yes.
Her phone has been on vibrate since 8th grade. I'm going to get through a couple of chapters of Slaying Vampires. It's been dragging for a couple of chapters. Get to the vampire story already.
Yeah.
Jen, he's talking about the book that you hated that I recommended to you. My intent this week is I want to be more physical and continue cleaning the house. That's a good one. And hey, Carissa, how are you? And Froggy says, I want to put away all the things I started bringing home from Australia, sort through my books to see what I want to keep versus sell or give away. Also hang out with friends I haven't seen in a while. Love that. You need that. You need that friend time. And remember, just say to stress, forget about it. Love it. I need to start some laundry and cleanup a bit. Sounds good. And good point to Travis. And I didn't hate it that much. I know. I was her first. And I'm like, oh my gosh, for her to start off on such a oh my gosh. But now I know. I will recommend better. And if you are a mother, happy Mother's Day tomorrow. If not, happy Sunday. Have a restful day. Same to you and all the moms out there. Anyone who is in the role of mom, because you can be a mom in all different kinds of ways.
Yes.
You might be a fur baby mom. So Jen, when are you planning the book club for Picnic at Hanging Rock? Good question.
It's a June book club. You can find information on my YouTube channel, and I'll be putting it in the Discord later today. So you can find out there. But it's the June pick, but I wanted to put it out there in May to give everybody time to get ready.
So you're going to start it and finish it in June? In
June. And then we'll have a live show like sometime around the beginning of July.
Okay. Sounds fun. I'm a cat mom, so I expect them to be sweet and not throw up anywhere tomorrow.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, right.
Yes, happy Mother's Day. Yep. We have a lot of people who have the role of mom. Okay, so that is all we have for today for our episode 10. I'm so happy that I was joined today by Liz, even though it was a short time, and then Jen and Lee. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful rest of their day today, that you have a wonderful upcoming week, and stay safe in all your adventures, and good luck with everything you have planned for your intentions. And we will see you next Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Time. Bye.